Hello, welcome to the Performex studio, a zone where we talk about performance, execution strategies, and excellence. And right here in the studio, I have one of the best in the industry of capital management, and she's doing exceedingly well. I am thrilled to introduce Adesuwa Okunbo Rhodes. She is the CEO at Arewa Capital Management. Welcome to have you on the show.
Thank you for having
I
me.
saw how much you enjoyed your session earlier on, and I was moved. Right, I had to quickly put up a few questions that I know that it would intrigue our listeners. Right.
Okay.
Okay. For one research I made, I saw that Arua is big on gender lens, especially on female-led innovations. I would want you to just share with us what is the boldest investment you have made in Arua Capital Management towards female-led innovations.
Wow. Well, we have 14 investments. So,
Ah.
like children, I can't pick a favorite one. But there are a few bold investments and, a few that are really making impact. Some of them I spoke about on the stage. But I would say I would say one of my favorites and one that is making a lot of impact in Nigeria is a company called Omni Retail. So this is a business that enables the informal economy to scale. So if you're a market woman in Mushin, and you want to get access to goods, they have built technology that enables you to do that on your phone, where you can get those goods on your footstool the next day. At the same time, if you want to get access to working capital, you probably wouldn't get a loan from a bank because you don't have collateral, you don't have all the guarantees that they're looking for. They can provide you with working capital on your phone based on your transaction activity on your POS. So this is a business that is impacting over 150,000 people across Nigeria, Ghana, and Ivory Coast. And 70% of those people are women. So it's one that has really struck a nerve with me because those market women are typically underserved, overlooked, unseen. They are not provided by capital, with capital from traditional institutions. So being able to provide them with this technology and with access to capital that allows them to scale, allows them to send their children to school, allow them to provide healthcare for their family is something that really resonates with me. So you have a few investments like that in our portfolio where, these are businesses that are touching the lives of grassroots communities that have been typically overlooked and underserved. So it brings me a lot of joy when we're able to provide these type of company with capital, help them scale and help them impact more lives, especially female lives.
Great, great. I see so much passion for the female head in tech, and that's super, super great.
Yeah.
It's keen and it is noble, right? So I hear you talk about scalability, and that's where I'll bring my second question from. What is the non-financial metrics for you? I want a specific non-financial metrics
Yeah.
that you think would fix gaps in organizations when it comes to performance. So we have organizations where the leaders are struggling, but for you, I want to believe in Arua Capital Management, there are metrics to help close those gaps. So if you don't mind, can you please share with us?
Sure. No, that's a very good question. So there are some KPIs that we look at, especially when we're looking at companies and when we're looking internally ourselves as well. Yes, we want to look at the financial metrics, but there are also some things around culture, things around retention, how are you building your team, how are you promoting your team, how are you retaining your team, because you can't build or scale without the right people. So culture, retention, hiring practices, what policies do you have in place to protect the welfare of your staff? What is your maternity policy? What is your paternity policy? Are you providing healthcare to your staff? Do they feel like they're working in a dignified and fulfilling role? What training are you providing? So we're quite big on the people aspect because we've seen that the best companies are those companies that take care of their people. Because if you can take care of your people, you take care of everything else. So those are some of the non-financial metrics. It's really around people, hiring, retention, training, and culture.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. One last question, I promise, before you go. It's a trivial for all CEOs and for all industry leaders, that come up on my set. If there is like a time capsule of some sort, and you could go back, let's say 10 years into or 20 years into your early stage career, when you started, when you were still birthing Arewa Capital Management as a baby, right? So, what is that one step or one decision that you could have taken differently or encouraged yourself to take?
Hmm. So I always believe that everything happens the way it's supposed to. So I never go back to decisions or think about regrets. I always feel like everything should have happened the way it should have done. But if I think back as to when I was building Arua, um, maybe I would have spent more time. Maybe I would have spent more time in building more relationships with um, with some of the ecosystem. I think I was so just tunnel vision and focused on
Mm,
just staying in my office, building, executing. I think I should have spent more time in
collaborating.
collaborating and having more partnerships with the ecosystem.
Right.
I've corrected that since, but I think in those first 2 years, I could have gotten help from those that have gotten ahead of me if I just looked up.
Right.
So I think sometimes as women, we're very, very focused on just doing the work,
Yes.
but we need to look up sometimes and network and get out there because you never know what synergies or partnerships can unlock that could help you address the challenge that you may be going through. So I think partnership and collaborations earlier on could have really helped my journey.
That was awesome. 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 All right. Here you have it again. Another industry leader talking to us about how collaboration, how networking can help spur progress in the workplace and in industries. All right. Thank you so much,
Thank you. Thank you
Adesuwa,
for
for
having
being
me.
here. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
sharing insight.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.